Uh, Hi Saloni, this is Pratiksha Chavan. I am the member of Moolya Foundation. Today I am here with you to talk about the IMO challenge which Moolya Foundation had conducted, and they had an objective to introduce public policy budding enthusiasts who are interested into public policies. So yeah, today we have come up with a video series that will be introducing to the community, to the people. So today we have with us Saloni Goyal, and she is an postgraduate international studies student from MT University in Noida, and also she's currently working with Mittal Advisory as a corporate intern. So Saloni, tell us about your IMO topic which you had shared with us.
Okay, so I learned about IMO through LinkedIn and I worked on mental health issues.
Yeah.
Uh, so I basically like this topic from my school background because I had psychology in my 11th, 12th.
Okay.
So I had like fascination and interest in this topic, so I've chosen like for
Okay.
policy exchange and more of creation of awareness among youth.
Right. Right. So yeah, as you have mentioned in the article, like the current scenario, the pandemic, which has faced so much of the like mental health issues. So what do
Yeah.
you have your say on that?
So in India, mental health issue is from like before pandemic also. So recently, which shows that in pandemic, 20% has increased. Like mental health issue has risen to 20%, and it is coming with the two of phases, like acute phase and long term phase, which is like this is acute phase where people will suffer from fear, denial, anxiety, and more of like have more of sort of thoughts of suicide and give up.
Right.
So in this situation, families and close friends are the most important aspect and most important around us, which should be more and more supportive and open to have the conversation about things.
Right. Definitely. Right. Also,
Yeah.
like you have mentioned that the government measures, like what is the government doing on this? There's some bill passed on this, as we have written. So, what can you tell
Yeah.
us about that?
Yeah. So in 2017, there was an act which is like Mental Health Act, in which it grants people with more access to mental health care, removing of stigma about from the society, and it talks about access to free, uh, sort of free from the government side, from government hospitals, access to psychologists and counselors, and it talks about to remove the stigma and create more openness to the society so that we can have proper conversation and we don't consider person with a mental health issue a burden to the family or the society.
Right.
Yeah, this is what the act about. It was based on individual rights.
Right. 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 Yeah, like whatever you have said, like the current scenario, the pandemic has taught us a lot about mental health. And yeah,
Yeah.
people I have faced, and the government had started a helpline numbers where they had,
Yes. Yes.
psychologists were appointed and people were contacting them to, to overcome this pandemic issue. So, like what you have said, what are the measures, what our society or our generation can come up? to sanitize the society of about mental health, the taboo, which you say.
Okay, so I have mentioned it in my challenge
Yeah,
also that first and foremost is the sensitivity.
right,
In pandemic, through social media, we have came up with new challenges or new campaigns on and talking about mental health after the case also. But like if you have a person in your family or close friend, you somewhat will have a judgment about that person. You have We have to stop that judgment. We have to listen to that person so that that person feel free that there is someone to listen up. That's
right,
why the government in March has launched the helpline. So I have read there somewhere in the surveys that people who called up are people who just want to have a conversation without judgments
right,
and a fear that the person have like creations and stories that this person has this issue through such helpline numbers to just have a conversation it, not proper advice. Till now, the few psychologists or the professionals in India, and we are in need of more and more this because after this pandemic, people will be more in addiction of mobile phones, computers, screens, the games. So we need more and more support. We can start this from schools and colleges. We can create self-help groups. We can create support groups like this. So,
right, definitely. Definitely. And like as even I have experienced like few of my friends going through traumas like during this pandemic, how we should, stand by them and how we can,
yeah,
help them out during this period. And if they are not comfortable talking to their, their siblings or their parents about it.
yeah,
So
and
we as a friend, we have that responsibility to talk to them and to make them feel better.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, also, like, I would like to ask, like, what is your experience during this, IMO challenge? Like, how did you feel being a part of Moolya Foundation?
I feel great actually because I heard from he came up with the career guidance for after that I followed on this LinkedIn
Yeah,
and pages and I followed every story and I have been in the conference with like this challenge because by this people are coming with the ideas and awareness which like different like through presentations I get to know different topics, sexual minority group, farmers. So thought we shared this and people are actually liking this on social media and
definitely.
people this creates sort of awareness about these topics and more connections and networks are building like this.
Right. I'm sorry for the technical issues. I'm facing some Wi-Fi issues right now from my end, so I'm sorry for that. And yeah, like from during the beginning conversation, I forgot to ask, why this public policy? Like, why did you choose the topic like mental health? You know, out there's n number of issues coming on in public. So why specific this?
Yeah. To I have like liked psychology and back in school days, and I have interest in this topic. I have like fascination and so much interest, like want to be ahead in this topic and sort of create awareness, or just to somewhat remove that stigma from my end, from my
Right,
through my connection or my group of friends,
right,
so that like they have a umbrella. If they want to have a conversation about something, they will have that one friend or people around me like that.
right, right. Definitely, like that. That's a great topic which you have choose. And yeah, like it's our responsibility also to think about this thing and make a awareness as much as we can and spread it
Yes.
throughout. Yeah. So thank you, Saloni, for being a part of this IMO interview and IMO challenge. And Moolya Foundation is, very thankful and grateful that you shared your policy opinion. So yeah, once again, we'll like to join you to come a part of our Moolya Foundation in the upcoming sessions ahead. So stay tuned for the coming sessions and all the best and take care. Be safe.